This is going to be a fun stream, isn't it? Bad enough I had to reload this element and this element. Just found out my timer doesn't work today. It's probably going to work next week. And I had to reboot, well, not really reboot yet, only restart Pretzel to get the background music. Once this song is over, we're going to see if the other one's going to load. And if I'm going to need to completely manually reboot Pretzel. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. Yeah. This is why we can't have nice things. Gonna wait to see a little bit if people are going to show up. We always gotta wait a little bit. I didn't really get any art done this week. Didn't really feel like it. It happens. I did feel like cleaning up. I started in my clothes cupboard. I'm just doing it like one row a day so as to not overwhelm myself because, of course, ADHD. I'm the poster child. I have been having like this incredibly mild but really persistent nausea from the top of my head the entire week. Like, it's not enough to prevent me from functioning. I've been working on top of it, no problem. I've been eating on top of it, no problem. And right now, like, it's so mild, it's barely there, but it's still there, you know? So I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, I'm lying. I do know what's going on with that. I'm old. It's my warranty expiring as we speak. Honestly, I don't know if we'll have anybody today. Mostly because there's a con going on where my friend Andrew is participating, so maybe Paul will be there instead of here. But then again, that's why we're recording this shit, aren't we? It's just that if there's nobody in the chat, then I'm not going to be talking, I'm just going to be drawing, and honestly, that's a win-win situation. I really should be picking up around here, though. I have been looking at some mediums for watercolor. Like, there's a medium especially for mixing watercolor that's apparently better than water. It's not necessarily that it's better than water, because, well, watercolor, it says so in the name, you use water. But the thing is, with a medium, you're more likely to get a more even result, seeing as water will always vary in the amount of minerals and the amount of impurities. Like, you never really know what you're getting. There's filtered water, there's distilled water, there's carbonated water. I never tried to paint with carbonated water. I don't think it would do much difference since the carbonation wouldn't show up on the piece. There's granulating medium. I'm still not too sure what they mean by granulating. It just means that you add some texture. But granulating is an effect that goes in the experiments I've been doing with pigment / dye colors to try and get the two-tone look that the supervision paints have without the very quick and inevitable deterioration. Well, when I say without, I mean it's because I don't like the fact that they deteriorate even when stored properly. And it only takes a year, and I don't empty a tube of paint in a year. Like, I draw almost every day, but one, it's mostly digital. Two, because it's so hard for me to get supplies, I paint when I really want to. So it's gonna take a while for me to empty my kuretakis, even if I really love them. What the hell is this? Okay, it's because I'm on my Twitter and not happy with having a tab for Twitter Blue. They also added a tab for verified organization. If you think I have $1,000 just to get a check next to my name, you would think they would put that in with Twitter Blue. Like, select your option, you know, choose your own adventure. And by the way, no, I'm not paying for Twitter Blue. I mean, I'm an art account on anything, so of course I'm going to be throttled everywhere because they think we have all the money in the world. And then turn around and complain that we asked for pay for our stuff. I mean, where do you think that money's coming from? Gotta eat. That bitch's gotta eat. So yeah, I asked Mom to try and drop a word for me to her doctor, so her doctor could take a look at me. Like I said, it's an incredibly mild nausea, but it's the first time in my life that I've had nausea for a week straight. Like, I eat on top of it, no problem. I never throw up. I don't feel horribly dizzy or anything. I'm just old. Right now I'm trying to lower my fat intake. Oh, Joel! For once I'm here for the show. Hi, Joel! Always nice to see you. I was complaining that I'm old. Also, I did a little bit of progress on the offhand items. The Celeste avatar now has access to offhand items, but only a few are aligned properly. Bannon is completely done. The Bannon avatar has access to all the offhands, and they're all aligned properly, as best I could. It would be nice if the Z alignment was accessible like for each cell instead of the entire item. So nothing new. Because then I could move some of the offhand items front and back as needed. Not like it matters to you, Joel. You've been sucking on the same soda for months. You literally have access to all the main hand items and all the hats, and you've been sucking on that soda for months. Of course, you might not have all the coins for it, but you could do so much more, is what I'm saying. Just gonna have another sip, and then we're going to switch to the main screen after I move this one to this screen. Spanish Minishka, I'm up to the Sky Palace dungeon, and I was like, ugh, no thank you. So I started Final Fantasy VII in Spanish. Enjoying it tremendously, let's be honest. Mostly because it has issues. I mean, come on guys. I drink a new soda can every Sunday. I grew up in the Ted Woosley era of translation. I'm trained to speedrun diabetes. So seeing the issues, Joel, I have sent Joel some of the issues with the Spanish translation of Final Fantasy VII. Jesse, for example, is constantly switching, being called Jesse and Jesse, as in Jesse with an I and Jesse no I. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. Not like she's gonna last anyway. And I have been renaming the characters with Spanish words equivalent to their names or them as close as possible. Except Tifa, I called her Melonas. Was either that or Pechos. Because I am 12 mentally. Where the frick is my big camera? There it is. Much better. My eyes are filthy. I never touch my glasses, but they always end up the crustiest, greasiest. When I say I don't have any eyebrows, that is a bold-faced lie. I have eyebrows. They are blonde. And they are apparently the greasiest things ever on the planet. Like, I don't know how I do it. I don't touch my glasses, and I blink, and suddenly there's like 3 fingerprints and some peanut butter on them. But just so far, I just save Eris, or how I renamed her, Angelita. Hey, look, I got the space. I'm gonna name them what I want. I never touch my glasses either, mostly because I don't own any. Oh, you will. You will. You're an artist. You will. I could use a little chocolate. I'm gonna grab myself a little chocolate. Still got some leftovers from Easter. It's a little bag of chocolate eggs. My mom thought they were all miniature Cadbury cream eggs, not sponsored. But turns out there were like 4 Cadbury cream eggs, 4 of the caramel ones that I care a lot less for, and the rest was all regular milk chocolate. Which, might I add, once again not sponsored, Cadbury chocolate is way better than Hershey. I don't know who hurt Hershey when they were young, but that chocolate is horrible. Cadbury too sweet for my taste. Yeah, but Hershey literally tastes like vomit. No, literally, I read an article about it. Because of course nobody would lie on the internet. But seriously, I did have a piece of Hershey bar and it did taste like vomit before I read the article. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Apparently it's something about back when Hershey was first being produced, they would transport it, but it didn't have any preservatives, and then the milk used for the chocolate would curdle, and then they kept that flavor going on for nostalgia's sake or something. Mom got her hair recurled, so we're going to recurl her hair. What's your take on marshmallow peeps? Never really had any. If I ever had any, I was really young and I don't remember them. And I know they made a marshmallow peeps Pepsi, I'm not touching that. I like sweet, but there's a frickin' limit. Surprised my messages are entering quickly here. Usually it takes a minute for them to load. Maybe it's because you're the only one. As soon as somebody else pops on, it's going to slow the hell down. If none of you guys have been to my website lately, I recently redesigned it a little bit. Just a little bit. Just changed some elements around. I've also corrected the visual problems on the mobile version. And changed the blue to pink. It's much prettier now, for my taste. I mean, I'm the one working on it, so yeah, the website's gonna be to my taste. If you guys have anything to say about that, well, I got a tip jar. That's what I usually say about the dog. He who has the cheese has the Maltese. Put your money where your mouth is, and then you may have an opinion on how I run my website. But yeah, I didn't super feel like drawing traditionally this week. Maybe next week. It's not because I don't have any cool supplies, I still have to do something serious with this ink in particular. Liquitex acrylic ink in sepia. Like, I absolutely love Liquitex inks. I love my muted collection. And I have made a quick test with my glass pen, but I would like to do something a bit more serious with it. And of course, more stuff with my painting pens, which is why I've been experimenting with mica powders, because I do not have the metallic Kuretake paints yet. Oh, right, I should, there we go. I gotta change it from scale rotate to scale rotate skew and back again depending on my needs. Usually I like to keep the skew on for sound effects. Because you want to push movement. Like, I don't know if any of you guys seen the Mario movie yet. By now, like, 85% of you did. I'm not going to post spoilers still. I am going to say that they push the poses. Something you really want to do. You want to push the poses beyond what's realistic. And that applies to sound effects also. Yeah, but I meant in general, because there's some people that are going to watch this as a recording later. And you never know who has watched it and who hasn't watched it. Like, I'm okay with spoilers of movies I never planned to watch. But not everybody is like that. I know this comes as a surprise, but sometimes I do try to think about other people's feelings and such. Spoiler, I still can't believe Kirby showed up to inhale Bowser. That took me by surprise. And I agree, absolutely enjoy how much fun the animators gave the Mario gang here, bouncy and fluid. I did retweet, if you go look on my Twitter, I did retweet at the, recently at the time of recording this stream, some art book images for the Mario movie. I did retweet it, but where is it? I know I retweeted it because it's art book. Don't tell me they deleted their tweet and that's why it doesn't show up. Now I know it was before these, so they probably deleted it. Let's take a look at my likes real quick. Yeah, they deleted it. Because I know a lot of these were liked before Ugh. Come on. I don't know if it's in the work, but it was concept art. And now it's gone. Come on, it was so cool. Tom Holland for Link, Emma Stone as Zelda, and Will Ferrell as Gan. Holy shit. Speaking of, apparently I am from the Berenstein timeline, because on my YouTube there's been a whole bunch of videos like speculating on where Yunobo is. I mean, I get he's not in the release concept art for Tears of the Kingdom because they're showing Riju, I think her name is, and then there's a little bird girl, and then there's Prince Sidon. And I'm like, have we all seen the same trailer? Because those videos are all, is Yunobo dead? Where is Yunobo? Yunobo was not in the Yunobo was straight right there in the middle of the group during the trailer. He just had a little bit more armor on, but that was definitely Yunobo. Am I the only person who saw Yunobo in the trailer? That can't be right. Did I go to sleep and then woke up in the Berenstain reality? What's... I never played Breath of the Wild so long as my girl Bosa is in this game, then hands won't burn tonight. Somebody come tell him, because I'm about to hurt his feelings. So basically what you're telling me, I shouldn't play Breath of the Wild 2. I mean, if you want Urbosa to be in the game, don't even play Breath of the Wild 1. So basically what you're telling me is I'll never get what I truly want in life. You want Hyrule Warriors 2, I believe. Let me check it out real quick. But I believe that's what you want. Age of Calamity. Let me just, because I don't have it. I have the first one for Wii U, but I didn't bother getting the second one for Switch. Yeah, there we go, yeah. So, if you want Urbosa, you're gonna want Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Same thing for Mario Kart 8. I got it on the Wii U. I didn't bother getting it on the Switch. Now there's tons of DLC, and I'm like, Of course, I put the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster in my wish list because it's $100 for me. So he's gonna have to wait for a sale. Same will probably go for Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is more likely to have a physical release. So I'm putting Tears of the Kingdom on my birthday / Christmas list. I'm not in a hurry. Same goes for Pixel Remaster. Like, if I want to play Final Fantasy IV that bad, I got 5 other versions. Birdo was added recently to Mario Kart 8.7. Yeah, well, I got Birdo in Mario Kart Double Dash, so... And of course, part of my fun when getting new versions of games is to see what they decided to change, what they decided to keep. Oh, apparently that song's done. Okay. And seeing the change in the different Final Fantasy IVs was interesting. There were not as many remakes of Final Fantasy VI. And honestly, for my own taste, the big head former iOS version of Final Fantasy VI, which I'm using the sprites of, wasn't playable for me. Which is why I waited for the Switch version. But like, they made so many different changes between the versions of Final Fantasy IV. Like, I know there's some stuff that they added that they're not going to use in the Pixel remasters. And some of it I'm glad, because I really did not like that tofu summon thing. Because you're supposed to be playing mini games to get it to get stronger, and some of them were math, and I'm not good at math, and I'm trying to play games to have fun, not to do math. I have a Birdo and Toadette are the only characters I can't hate in Mario. Everyone else I can get mad at. I have a soft spot for those two. So you like them pink and gender ambiguous. Let me introduce you to Vivian. Oh, I adore Vivian too. Come on, load. Load. Trinity of Mario characters I can't hate because I adore them. I do like Vivian. Nothing can be fixed here. Yeah, that's the right title for this type of song. They are my comfort characters. Good for you, it's nice to have comfort characters. Personally, I think you should follow Birdo a little bit more. Birdo has all the confidence. You could learn from that. You could learn a thing or two. Of course, in the Pixel remasters, they introduced for the Switch and, well, I should say the console versions, they introduced some quality of life changes where you can adjust the amount of XP you get, turn the battles on or off, the amount of gold you get. And of course, somebody's been complaining, saying that you're basically ruining the experience of the game and that you'll have a hollow victory, and I'm like, it's a game. Like, I've beaten these games thousands of times. Just let me use the cheats. Just let me use the cheats. I just want to experience the story again. Like, why are you so mad? I'm literally using the cheats for Final Fantasy VII, because the important part for this playthrough is for me to read all the badly edited at times Spanish that I can. Nintendo actually listening to their audience? Absurd. Because, like, if you don't want to use the cheats, don't use the cheats. Nobody is forcing you to use the cheats. Sometimes a battle is programmed to last a really long time, to be epic, and I get muscle tiredness. And then my reflexes slow down, then I just can't beat that game because the battle is too long. Looking at you, it'll do. And and of course I fail and I fail and I fail. And some of the later Mario and Luigi, they ask you, after failing a certain amount of times, if you would like the battle to be easier. And I'm like, oh, please. Like, I am not hurting my masculinity. I do not feel belittled or emasculated or anything. I just want to finish the game. And I know I'm not gonna get better next time because the battle is gonna be the same length. It's me being actually tired. And I just want to play a game. If I want to challenge myself, I'm not going to challenge myself in a game. Unless I really, really want to. Like in my latest playthrough of Origami King, I didn't use any of the defense attack, any of the boost items. I bought them, but I didn't equip them at all. For Mario 2, they should introduce King Wart, Daisy, and Wario. Oh, I would love that. Mario 2 and Subcon. That'd be great. And before anybody complains, yes, Daisy was not in Subcon, she was in Sahasrara. Well, Daisy can get kidnapped too. Okay? Boom. But, like, they got Bowser in a bottle. Unless... Oh, this is gonna be fun. Unless they free Bowser for the sequel, they should bring back Tatanga. Why the fuck not? And then you can introduce Daisy. And because Wario was introduced in the sequel to the Sahasrara Land game, then you can introduce Wario also. And then it just goes on from there, like a little domino stack. I mean, we have Diddy, Dixie, and Chunky, who is not dead. Would have been nice to see Candy, but, I mean, it's okay that she didn't show up because then she would have needed a bigger part instead of just being on the sidelines. And then you go online and you see all these people complaining that it wasn't an epic, super complicated, difficult story. You know, like the masterpiece that was 1993 Super Mario live action movie. I was there when everybody shat on that movie, and I was like, I don't know, I had fun. I'm still surprised those characters are even there to begin with, but glad we have people in high places who like those characters. Yeah, that was very, very appreciated, not gonna lie. Dixie Kong is in this movie. I'm literally canceling this movie altogether. Oh, please, let's not start. Here's your favorite part, Joel. When I do my lines. And you go, oh my god, I love when they do the lines. I love the liner there. I mean, the real trick is really to use your elbow and shoulder more than your wrist. All it costed us was the absence of boos in the film. Well, there was a King Boo. But you do have a point. You only get one King Boo and that's it. And I know people are going to get asked and to ask, and I have answered that question before and I'll answer it again, about a certain scene that I'm not going to specify. And no, they will not appear in the Smack comics. We already had designs, and we are going to keep the designs we are going to use when they show up. And I'll keep it at that here. I know we're all about adding references, but the script was written before we saw these people. I'm surprised Shy Guys were in this movie. They're usually Yoshi antagonists. They don't show up in any other Mario games aside from spin-offs. Yeah, but like, they're pretty much established as Bowser mercenaries by now. Because they don't, quote-unquote, belong to Bowser, but they get hired by him often. That's what's going on in the games. And by him, I really mean Kamek when I think about it, when thinking back to Yoshi's Island. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that official that makes them mercenaries, because at first, they're called the 8-Bit Gang, and they were first hired by Wart, and then after that they were reused often by Bowser / Kamek. So that's probably what's going on here. Kamek has a huge network of people he can speed dial and pay. Bowser just stays in his room and simp. Speaking of Mario, you guys should see the page I'm working on right now, which I believe it is page 10? Hang on, let me see. Yeah, page 10 for a Power Trip. But if you were a subscriber on my Patreon, you could see it before everybody else next month. It starts at $1 and you have access to everything. And yes, I post the making of all the pages of Power Trip. So that's the sketch, the pencil, the changes, the inks, the flats, everything. Question, are you more red-shelled Koopa Troopa or green-shelled personality-wise? I'd say I'm more red-shelled. I'm more careful. If I was green-shelled type, I would have bought that $100 Pixel Remaster collection by now. I'd rather have enough for my bills and my food before I consider expensive purchases. And save up for our unplanned expensive purchases, like the yankening. Where was Mouser in the movie? Probably back in Subcon. Because like I said, the Shy Guys, and by extension, the Sniffets were considered part of the 8-bit gang, but not the other enemies, as far as I know. Come on. My Zoom has been a little buggy lately. I'm sorry. So about that nausea I was talking about earlier, yesterday I went up to Mom and showed her my fist like this. And then she was worried, and I was like, I don't have anything in my hand to make you jump. And I asked her to check my sugar. And then reminded her, either you check it on my palm, on my earlobe, or you punch me in the nose to get access to my blood because you know you're not getting anywhere near my fingertips. She tried to take it from my, like the meaty bit on my palm. And she was like, uncrisp, Shiro, I'm not getting any blood. And then finally I relaxed a little bit, knowing that she wasn't going to go for my fingertips. And then we had blood. That's how sensitive my fingertips are. My sugar's fine. That's why we're checking my fat intake. Could be my cholesterol or my liver giving me issues. As a Yoshi Island fan, I am very disappointed that Bert the Bashful and Raphael the Raven were in the movie. Oh, and Petey Piranha, where was he during the whole... Holy jeez. Are you gonna be like that the entire stream, Joe? Man, you draw your lines so skillfully. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? You just gotta have confidence in your lines. Even if you know you might, like, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. If anything, the fact that I can make Control Z so often is what gives me more confidence in my line. But also, use your elbow, use your shoulder. If you only use your wrist, then you're going to get some wiggly lines. I remember when they showed a trailer for that Duck movie. First I was like, oh man, we're getting Mario 2 already, we haven't even watched the first one yet. The Duck movie. I really want to make a joke and say they're making a movie of Untitled Goose. Because right now, just saying the Duck movie tells me nothing. Was your theater packed when you went to see Mario a little bit? Oh no, it was packed this time. Mostly kids with their parents, but honestly, I wasn't complaining. I knew they were going to be kids, and I knew it was going to be noisy, and I was like, you know what? Perfect. It's a Mario movie. Which worked in my favor, because even if I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I wouldn't have to pull it out during the movie, my phone decided, well, I mean, they're watching a movie, but they also set up an alarm to ring to go and check on their fishes and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. So I'm going to send a very noisy alarm to the very noisy watch. And it was like... Thankfully nobody noticed because it was very noisy. And then of course... a lot of people that were in front of us, because we had the opportunity to sit in the front row, but we didn't want to, because we didn't want to watch the movie like that. So of course the people in front of us would get up fairly often to go to the bathroom, because once again, kids, I mean, it's normal. But there was this one adult female that got up. And because we don't have exits like this, we only have exits on one side of the theater. So if they're sitting way over there, they have to walk in front of everybody if they want to go to the bathroom. And that poor lady, not only did she have to walk in front of us, she tripped. Well, she's not going to the movies for a while. But I mean, not tripped like, oops, sorry. No, she tripped the entire length of her body on the floor. That poor woman. My second viewing had a nice handful group of kiddies and adults, but you already know how empty my local theater looked. Back seats are GTFO. Now, we like to sit in the third row, usually. And not in the middle, just a little bit to the side. If you want to sit in the middle, we're going to get the DVD or the Blu-ray. And we will. That movie was good enough that it's going to warrant a purchase if it ever goes to a physical release. Imagine if Nintendo released the movie first on eShop. Aw, man. If they had any sense, they would have like this Nintendo only service, and they would host only Nintendo movies and cartoons and stuff like that, like the anime from the 80s. Well, the animes. There was an anime and there was some shorts based on Japanese fairy tales. If you wanted to watch the entire archive of video game ads from Nintendo, you could. The 1993 movie, the current movie, the Super Mario Super Show, complete with the Lou Albano and the Danny Wells inserts, because I have the Super Show in French on DVDs. Well, not. I think I got like season 2 and season 3, but it's only the cartoons. They didn't translate, or they simply cut out the inserts, and I am very mad about this. That is blatant disrespect for Captain Lou Albano. I'm surprised Nintendo even acknowledged their American shows. Thought they'd be very touchy about it. Oh, they probably were. They probably were. Like, they're touchy about everything. I mean, it took that long since the 1993 movie. And of course, people now are like, well, it's a masterpiece. It's much better than the current movie because it had a story. Blah, 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 blah. The producers did not want to make a Mario movie. They wanted to make a cyberpunk movie. They were forced to tack on the Mario Brothers. That's the problem. No, we do not think highly of those Western cartoons. This is not how Mario and Luigi act. How do they act? Especially Mario. How does Mario act? If anything, if we've learned anything, is that Mario and Luigi are very huggy and touchy with each other. Like, after much discussing, you can only use that theme song in the movie, but that's it. Actually, they had to fight to have a theme song. As in Nintendo, like the composer for Nintendo, but I don't think it was Koji Kondo. I think it was another composer for Nintendo that had to fight to keep the superstar theme in the movie because they wanted to put in jump. Illumination wanted to put in jump instead. If Mario so much as sneezed incorrectly, Nintendo would have canned a project altogether. Yeah, they probably would have. Honestly, they probably would have. Which is why me and Gabe play fast and loose with Ken and put in as many Easter eggs as we possibly can. Like at the base I was supposed to draw like Charlie Nozawa. And I still do. But I play fast and loose with this style too. Gabe lets me have that type of freedom. You know, Nintendo, what's stopping you from making Saturday morning cartoon anime series? It would boost your sales tremendously. Yeah, because I mean, they did do a Kirby one. Kirby Right Back At Ya was an anime. And let's not get started on Pokemon. That's Nintendo. It's not because people are out of ideas on what to write for Mario, because like, we're on the 6th episode of Super Mario Adventures Continued. And we're popular. I feel Nintendo anime would be extremely beneficial for them. Maybe this movie will convince them Sonic has too many shows, but I hate Sonic, so shh. Now. There will be no Sonic hate in this house. I have Sonic games. Not a lot, but I have Sonic games. And I don't play them, but I have Sonic games. And no, I have not seen the movies. Will I ever see the movies? Maybe, I don't know. I really don't watch a lot of movies. Like, it has to interest me, like, really, for me to go and watch a movie. Even if it's at home. Oh, that's a little too small there. There we go. Open Luli hates Sonic. Secretly loves the character designs and lore. Whichever lore. Because honestly, I don't mind Sonic. Not a big fan of Sonic Underground. I mean, I watched it because it was there on Teletoon, but other than that, I've watched better, to put it politely. Nobody's fond of Sonic Underground. Was it ever finished, or did they cancel it before the story finished? Because there was a lot of that back then. Hi Sharon and Joel, comic looks great. Sorry I'm so late. I was in Toronto for a job fair. I knew you were at a fair of some sort. They never found their mom. So it was cancelled. They never found their mom through the power of friendship and music. So now you know. If you're on a quest, don't depend on the bard. I haven't watched the movies either, and I choose not to watch them. How's that Alivin and the Chipmunks plot going? Imagine someone makes a movie out of Duncan and he's a cartoon character that travels to our world. OMG, then he gets paired with a celebrity friend. Minds will be blown. Oh, yeah. His first. What is this place? And then he turns around. Celebrity movie star Ryan Reynolds? Gasp! Yeah, that's totally Duncan in character right there. Duncan will be voiced by Chris Pratt. Trying to do a Sonic the Hedgehog voice. I'm gonna drop a couple more fairies for Paul. I hope you didn't run back home. I mean, you know this is recorded. It's appreciated that you showed up. I'm just saying I don't want you to hurt yourself just for a stream. Listen, Duncan the dog, I need you to not act like a silly cartoon dog for a few hours. I'm a hard-working adult who doesn't need wackiness in his life right now. Yes, because Duncan is known for being wacky. He's such a wacky dog. For those who don't know, the joke here is that Duncan is the straight man in his story. He's very serious and very pissed off. Duncan farts and be funny. Oh, something happened. Got a contribution to my featured gift. Oh, thank you, Annan. 73% now. Woo! Thank you. Wow. Listen, I know you're going through a nasty divorce, but I need you to get me back to my home via magic portal that will send me into this webcomic. One day I will remember the shortcut for invert selected area. Today is not that day. Tomorrow does not look good either. Oh, it's supposed to be shift command. Ugh. It's another kind of invert. Ugh. Thanks, Duncan, for teaching me that I shouldn't take life so seriously and that I shouldn't be mean to cartoons. Alright, let's try it. Shift Command E. And am I going to remember that next time? I don't know. Duncan the dog will return for Duncan 2, Electric Boogaloo. Duncan farts and teleports back to the computer. Well, let's take a look. What time is it? 2:38. Not bad. Not bad progress. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna give Mom a bit more of a greenish look because she's kind of melting into the background because it's very similar values. Yeah, now she pops out a bit more. You have this movie and it's not even real, but I hate it. I hate this movie and it's not even real, but I hate it. I knew I forgot something. I need to put in Dad's golden eye. There we go. Much better. Okay, now I believe we're good. Okay, yeah, we are good. Super, 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 super. Therefore, we are going to the end screen, and as with every end of stream, extra special caramel drizzled, rainbow sprinkled thanks to our supporters. Our regular supporters, Mbabi, Paul K, Misinavis, David F. Marian, Jay, and Zedna. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. We might get a new one officially new one added by the end of their subscribing period. Paul Camp, have a great afternoon. Sharon, I'm glad I was able to stop in for a short time. Thank you for coming, Paul. It's appreciated. Next live stream, of course, next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where we're going to be drawing the next bootleg cookie. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I had a lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys next week. I love you all, and bye-bye.